ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something straight off the bat. Life will test you. People will test you. And some of the hardest tests you'll face come from those who try to control you, manipulate you, and steal your peace. Now, listen to me closely. There's a type of person out there, a narcissist, who will drain you dry and then walk away without so much as a glance. And when they're done with you, when they've taken all they can take, they're gone for good. Duh. But here's the twist. That's the best thing that could ever happen to you. See, narcissists don't just walk out of your life, they teach you. They teach you about the value of self-respect. They show you the cost of giving too much to the wrong people. And most importantly, they leave behind a gift if you're willing to see it. That gift is the chance to rebuild yourself, stronger, smarter, and untouchable. Let me break it down for you. Narcissists are masters of manipulation. You know, there's a special kind of person out there. They don't wear their intentions on their sleeves. They smile in your face, tell you everything you want to hear, and make you feel like you're the only person that matters. They are masters of manipulation, and they know how to play the game. They lure you in, pull you close, and wrap you up in a web of lies. They'll promise you the world, but don't be fooled for a second. They've got no intention of delivering any of it. It's all a strategy, a well-rehearsed play to keep you hooked, to keep you giving, to keep you loyal to something that's never going to be real. The narcissist thrives on control. They feed on your attention, your energy, your care, and they do it so well, it feels like love. It feels like support, like partnership. But deep down, you know it's something else, something darker. They'll charm you. They'll convince you that they are your one and only, that no one will understand you the way they do. They'll make you think you're the special one, the only one who matters. But when you look closely, you'll see the cracks. You'll notice the shifting faces, the inconsistencies in their words. They are not who they say they are. They never were. They are only who they need to be to keep you in their grip. The moment they feel like they've sucked everything they can out of you, when they no longer see you as useful, that's when the mask starts to slip. They get cold. They pull away. And all that affection they once showered on you, it's gone just like that. Because it was never real. It was never for you. It was only for their benefit, and once they've had their fill, they're out. You've got to understand this. When they leave, it's not because you weren't enough. It's not because you failed. It's because you finally stopped being a pawn in their game. When they walk away, it's proof that you become too strong for their manipulation. It's proof that you've seen through their tricks and refuse to play their game anymore. You don't owe them an explanation. You don't owe them an apology. They've already played their part, and now they're gone. But what you're left with is power, real power. Because once you've seen through a narcissist's mask, you see the truth behind every face that ever tried to deceive you. And that's knowledge you carry with you for the rest of your life. This is when the real work begins. You've seen their game, and you won't play it again. You've learned something that will protect you moving forward. That ability to see people for who they really are, and to refuse to give your energy to those who are only out to take. The beauty of that moment when they walk away is that it's not the end of your story. It's the beginning of your rebirth. The narcissist may have played their cards, but now you hold the deck. And guess what? You're no longer playing by their rules. They taught you what you didn't know about people, about boundaries, about self-worth. Now you walk away with the tools to protect yourself. The next time someone tries to manipulate you, you'll spot it from a mile away. You'll see the warning signs, and you'll know exactly what to do. The narcissist may have controlled the game for a while, but you've just taken back the reins. They may have had you thinking you were weak, that they were the ones with the power. But in reality, they were the ones clinging to you for survival. And now that you're no longer giving, they've got nothing. Because they've already shown you their true colors, and once you've seen the truth, there's no going back. So don't feel bad when they walk away. They only leave when they've drained you dry. And when that happens, you've got one thing left to do, rise. Rise with the knowledge that you don't need their validation. You don't need their approval. And you definitely don't need their love. Because you're not just strong. You're stronger than you ever knew you could be. And when that narcissist is finally gone, you'll realize that they didn't take anything from you. They only made you realize how much you've got left to give. How much you've always had. When they leave, they free you. You're standing there watching them walk away, and you're feeling like you've just been hit with a ton of bricks. You don't know what to feel: angry, sad, confused, all of it at once. But let me tell you something, you're free. That's right, free. You're free from their control. You're free from the constant emotional tug of war. You're free from the games. You're free from the lies. You're free to become who you were always meant to be. And the best part, They're the ones who left you, not the other way around. I know it stings. I know it hurts. When someone walks out of your life, it feels like a door slamming shut. But sometimes you've got to let that door close for you to walk through the one that's waiting for you on the other side. That door, that new chapter, it's all yours now. You don't need to beg. You don't need to chase. You don't need to keep trying to convince them you're worth it. You are worth it. And you always were. The problem was they couldn't see it. They were so wrapped up in their own selfish needs that they couldn't appreciate the value you brought. But that's their loss. And when they walk away, they leave a space for you to fill with something real, something solid, something that will last. You can't build a strong foundation on a relationship that was based on manipulation. You can't keep building on something that's cracked from the inside out. When they walk, they're not just leaving you, they're leaving behind the chance to experience true love, true partnership, true support. And they don't even know it, but you do. And you know what? It's better this way, because now you can build something stronger, something that will stand the test of time. Now you can look at your life and say, I don't need to rely on anyone who doesn't appreciate me. I don't need to beg for love. I don't need to settle for less than I deserve. That's freedom, real freedom. And it comes when you stop waiting for someone who never truly valued you in the first place. So stop chasing them. Let them walk. Let them go. Because when they leave, they free you. And trust me, there is no greater feeling in this world than knowing that you've got the power to choose who stays in your life and who doesn't. And when they're gone, you don't have to go back. Don't chase them. Don't apologize. You don't need their approval. You don't need their approval. You've got all the validation you need right here in your heart. Their exit is proof of your growth. You've been through it. You've been hurt. You've been betrayed. And now, here you are, standing stronger than ever. They've left you, and in their departure, you see something that you couldn't see before. You see growth. The truth is, when someone walks away from you, it's not about them, it's about you. It's about how far you've come, how much you've learned. It's about how you've developed the strength to let go of things that no longer serve you. You've grown into a person who no longer needs to beg for love, who no longer needs to prove their worth. You've reached a point where you can stand on your own, where you can look in the mirror and say, I am enough. And let me tell you something, when you can do that, there's no greater feeling in this world. They may have thought they could walk away and leave you broken, but the truth is, they've only left you stronger. They've only left you wiser. They've only helped you realize your worth. And in the end, that's the best gift they could have given you. Because when they leave, they don't take your strength with them. They can't. They don't take your resilience, your power, or your self-worth. Those things belong to you, and no one can ever take them away. Their exit proves something critical about you. It proves that you've grown into someone who doesn't need anyone to complete them. You're complete on your own. You've done the work. You've learned the lessons. And now you're standing tall. So don't regret their departure. Don't feel bad about it. Feel proud of how far you've come. Feel proud of the fact that you're still standing, and you're standing taller than ever. The best revenge is rebuilding. You know what they say about revenge? It's best served cold. But I'm here to tell you, the best revenge isn't served at all. The best revenge is rebuilding. Rebuilding your life. Rebuilding your strength. Rebuilding your peace. Rebuilding yourself. That's where the real victory lies. You don't need to go after them. You don't need to prove anything to anyone. All you need to do is take what you've learned, take that pain, and turn it into something beautiful. You see, when you let go of someone who didn't value you, you make room for something better. You make room for the life you were always meant to live. The life that's waiting for you when you stop looking back and start looking forward. Rebuilding isn't easy. It takes time. It takes effort. It takes courage. But when you're done, when you put in the work, you'll look back and realize that everything you've gone through was just part of the process. It was necessary for your growth. So take that pain, take that rejection, take that hurt, and turn it into fuel for your fire. Let it push you forward. Let it drive you to become the person you've always wanted to be. Let it show you how strong you are. Let it show you how much you're capable of. And when they see you again, when they look at what you've become, they won't be able to recognize you. They'll wonder how you managed to turn that hurt into power. They'll wonder how you managed to rise when they thought you'd fall. And the answer is simple. You rebuilt yourself. And that, my friends, is the ultimate revenge. The one that lasts. The one that matters. You don't need to tear them down to feel better. You just need to keep building yourself up. and everything else will fall into place. When you rebuild, you show the world who you truly are. You show them that nothing can break you. Not their lies, not their betrayal, not their attempts to tear you down. You become a testament to your own strength, your resilience, your ability to rise above it all. It doesn't matter how many times you've been knocked down. It doesn't matter how many times they tried to break you. What matters is that you always get back up. You always keep moving forward, no matter how hard it gets. That's the true definition of victory. And as you rebuild, you'll find something powerful within yourself. You'll find a sense of peace that comes from knowing you are no longer dependent on anyone else's validation. You don't need them. You never did. What you needed was to discover just how strong you really are. So let them watch from the sidelines. Let them watch as you rise higher and higher, becoming the person you were always meant to be. Because that's the most satisfying part, knowing that you don't need to prove anything to anyone. You don't need their approval. Your success is your own, and that's all that matters. Let your life be the proof that you don't need to tear others down to succeed. You don't need to hold on to bitterness or resentment. You simply need to rebuild, to grow, and to become the best version of yourself. And when they see you shining brighter than ever, they'll realize that you weren't just another victim. You weren't just someone they could control. You were always someone destined for greatness. You were always someone who would rise from the ashes stronger than before. Rebuild with purpose. Rebuild with confidence. Rebuild with the knowledge that the best revenge is not about hurting anyone else. It's about making sure they never see you fall again. It's about showing the world what you're truly made of. And trust me, that's the sweetest victory you'll ever know. In the end, your comeback will be the loudest statement. It will be the statement that echoes through your life, through every challenge you face. It will be the statement that says, I will not be defeated, I will not be broken, and I will not be controlled. The best revenge is rebuilding. Rebuild yourself and let the world watch in awe as you rise beyond their expectations. Let your success speak for you. Let your peace, your happiness, your strength, and your growth show them exactly what happens when you refuse to be anything less than your best. You see, the journey you've been on hasn't been easy. It's been filled with moments of doubt, frustration, and pain. But here's the truth: the toughest produce the strongest warriors. And everything you've been through, the manipulation, the betrayal, the hurt, was nothing more than the preparation for the person you are becoming. The pain was not in vain. It was the fuel for your fire. And when you look back on it, you'll realize that you wouldn't change a thing, because it has led you to this moment of undeniable strength. You are not who they said you were. You are not defined by the people who tried to break you. You are not the sum of your mistakes, your failures, or your disappointments. You are defined by your ability to rise. You are defined by your ability to stand tall when everything around you tells you to fall. You are defined by your courage to walk away from what doesn't serve you, and your ability to walk toward your purpose, no matter how difficult the path may seem. When the narcissist walks away, when they've drained you dry and are ready to discard you, it's not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of your power. It's a signal that you've stopped allowing someone else to dictate your worth. You've stopped letting their manipulation hold you back. And that moment when they turn and leave is the moment when you finally realize that you are free, free from their control, free to be the person you were always meant to be. It doesn't matter how long it takes for you to rebuild. What matters is that you rebuild piece by piece, day by day. With every step you take toward your own healing, you are becoming more of who you were meant to be. And when the dust settles, when the wounds have healed, you'll look around and realize that you are stronger, wiser, and better than you've ever been before. You'll see that their exit wasn't a tragedy. It was a blessing in disguise. You are not defined by the people who walked away from you. You are defined by the people who stayed. And most importantly, you are defined by the person who stayed with you throughout it all yourself. You are the one who never left. You are the one who kept pushing forward, even when the world seemed to be against you. And that is something that no one can ever take away from you. The narcissist may have thought they could control your life, but they never understood the strength that was inside of you. They never understood that your real power came from within. They never understood that you were always destined for more than the games they tried to play with your heart. And now, as they leave behind something that they could never take: your self-respect, your dignity, your peace. They leave behind the knowledge that you are enough. So don't chase them. Don't beg for their attention. Don't beg for their love. The love you seek is already inside of you. The peace you crave is already within your grasp. The happiness you desire is already waiting for you to claim it. Everything you need is within you. And once you realize that, once you fully embrace it, nothing can stop you from reaching your highest potential. The best revenge isn't about getting even. It's about showing them that you're not broken. It's about living a life that's so full, so rich, and so real that they can't help but watch in awe as you rise. The best revenge is living well. The best revenge is living on your own terms. The best revenge is becoming the person you were always meant to be, no matter what anyone else thinks or says. So let them go. Let them walk away. And when they do, you'll see something beautiful. You'll see how far you've come. You'll see how much you've grown. You'll see how much stronger you've become. And in that moment, you'll realize that their departure was the best thing that ever happened to you, because it opened up space for your true self to emerge. They thought they could break you. They thought they could take away your worth. But in the end, they've only helped you find it. They've only helped you see that you were always enough. And now you stand tall. You stand proud. And you stand ready for whatever the next chapter of your life holds. In the end, the narcissist doesn't win. They never did. The only person who truly holds the power in your life is you. And now that you've broken free from their grasp, nothing will ever hold you back again. You are unstoppable. You are unbreakable. You are exactly where you need to be. So walk away from the past. Let go of the hurt. Let go of the anger. It's time to rebuild. It's time to rise. And when you do, you'll see that you are more powerful, more capable, and more deserving of everything that's coming your way than you ever realized. The narcissist may have left you, but they've left you with something priceless, the chance to become the best version of yourself. And that's a gift that no one can ever take from you. Not now. Not ever. Now, go forward. Go forward with the confidence that you are enough. Go forward with the knowledge that nothing can stop you. Go forward with the strength to keep moving, no matter how tough the road may get, because you are built for greatness. And this is just the beginning.